Life after death. There was a purple light and a tunnel with people in it. A man who died temporarily claims to have had an out-of-body experience where he could see everything that was happening around him before entering a tunnel of light. A man named Andrew says his spirit was lifted out of his body before embarking on a journey down a tunnel of light. The incident, Andrew says, happened in 1998 when he fell down a flight of stairs. After his tumble, he says he stood up normally, but found he could only breathe out. On the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation, (NDERF), a website which collects people's accounts of dying temporarily before being resuscitated, Andrew wrote, "I knew I was dying. I was totally calm and accepting of it, since I knew there was nothing I could do to change the fact that I was dying. I thought for a second how strange it was that I was so calm, because I always expected to be panicked if I would be in a life-threatening situation." Upon seeing him, his wife called an ambulance, but not before Andrew technically died. He wrote, "I blacked out for a second or two and then found myself floating above my body. It was face down and lying on the floor. I didn't really think about the fact that I was out of my body. To me, it was just someone's body lying on the floor. I kind of knew it was mine, but it did not alarm me because I felt totally fine. The whole atmosphere around me was bathed in a purplish light. It was like I was floating in an illuminated purple cloud, but I could see everything in the house as usual, but through the cloud. Then I started moving into a dark tunnel that seemed to just open up behind me. All I saw were hundreds of people along the sides of the tunnel. They were staring at me with shocked expressions on their faces. Then some people started shouting at me to go back. Then other people were shouting at me that it was not my time and that I had to go back. I did not recognize anyone I saw there." Andrew says the next thing he knew, he was back in his body where he was inside the hospital, and pain flooded back into my awareness. Dr. Panya says there are scientific explanations for the reaction, and says seeing people is not evidence of the afterlife, but more likely the brain just scanning itself as a survival